things.
Okay. So this court case
They're
is
different.
Mercy Schilling, you here?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And we got here insurrection or sedition and felony obstruction of justice. I'm gonna let the plaintiffs give their opening. I just want to make it perfectly clear about this case. I know absolutely nothing about it. So even though you guys have all been mixing this for however long and it's been going around, don't assume that I know something because I know nothing. So keep that in mind when you're explaining it, because if you don't tell me, I'll never know. Okay?
I'm sure you can guess, Your Honor. I'm sure you can guess.
The prosecution does have a pretrial motion, Your Honor.
What's that?
The fuck is that?
Oh, what?
That sounded like the Big Brother theme. Tinker, what the fuck?
Your Honor, after the arrest of Ms. Schilling, there was some information that has come to light that has kind of changed the charging. At this time, we would like to withdraw the charge of insurrection or sedition, pending a further investigation due to a wide range and alleged net of fraternization and potential corruption spanning multiple government agencies. So that it can be duly investigated, we will be withdrawing that charge specifically at this time and are only looking to focus on the felony obstruction of justice for this specific incident that we will be speaking on today.
Okay. Defense,
Honor,
you have any objection to that?
If they're looking to drop the charge, we ask it to be dropped with prejudice, as she has already been charged and served part of her time for this as well.
No, she only served for obstruction there, Tex.
Your
well,
Honor, if you actually look at the charges, she was actually charged for insurrection, as there was a $6,000 fine on there. Captain at the time, Tinker, charged her for the insurrection and said that she can fight this in court. She asked.
Plaintiff?
Brother.
Yeah, I think we still charge her with $6,000 fine. I forgot to not do that. Well, you guys are stupid. Wow.
You know what? You know what? Sure. Yeah, actually, she can sit and watch everybody else in her circle catch the charges. I'd be happy to drop it with prejudice. Everyone else can burn for it. We'll still push the felony obstruction and fight that one, Your Honor.
I figure you're just gonna try to roll it and see if it gets it. But okay.
You know what? Actually, yeah. You know what? Let's do it live. Yeah.
Okay.
I would draw my motion.
All right. Motion withdrew. All right, plaintiffs, you want to start your opening?
All right, go ahead. Plankton.
Yes, Your Honor.
Plankton.
All right, Your Honor, just confirming you're able to hear me.
I can hear you.
Fantastic. Today, Your Honor, we bring before you two very serious charges. A felony obstruction of justice.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Based off the motions you had earlier, did you have to mark out the two and put one and now mark the one out and change it back to two in your notes there?
You think I use notes?
Okay, all right, keep going.
Hey. Your Honor, we're bringing two charges forward today. Felony obstruction of justice, as well as insurrection or sedition. These charges are not brought lightly. Through the testimony today and the evidence presented, the prosecution aims to show that Mercy Schilling, using her position as the head of bar, impeded the actions of the lawful mayor through organized meetings, through conversations, through attempts to use her position of influence to deter judges and the mayor himself from working to support the continuity of governance in this great state. The actions taken by Ms. Schilling, as demonstrated through the testimony to come and the evidence that will exist, are wholly and solely to show, by the end of this, that she is guilty. That she has used her position as the head of bar to orchestrate, organize, and undermine the lawful efforts of the sitting mayor and his executive orders. That Ms. Schilling presented herself and her position in a way to influence others, which has now led us into an absolute mess of confliction, potential corruption, and down an avenue in which this Department of Justice needs to heal from. Thank you, Your Honor.
Real quick, I want to make sure I get this right. Are you alleging she worked with the mayor or worked to undermine the mayor?
Worked to undermine the mayor.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Defense?
It's a great speech, Your Honor, but what we're really here today is to show that this is all just a sham. The mayor, Chris King, orchestrated this entire witch hunt, is a good way to put it, and went personally to Tommy Tinker and told him to press these charges. You're going to hear from Tommy Tinker today about how he took statements from the mayor and then immediately put those statements in verbatim into the report and called these probable cause. And at this point, it's not probable cause. It's probably cause they think she did it. Ms. Schilling's innocent of any crimes or any charges that the state could even bother to push here. Ms. Schilling did nothing but look to preserve and uphold the Constitution and the law, which the very thing that she's being accused of undermining actually got stricken down as mostly constitutional, minus the Chief Justice being allowed to sit in his interim seat. All you're going to hear today, Your Honor, is a bunch of hate and drama and bias, and we're going to feel like we're sitting in the high school.
We're gonna be on Reddit,
cafeteria
huh?
all over again.
Yeah, Reddit, right, boys?
Yeah, that's basically where we're
Dude.
going.
Fuck Reddit, dude.
Yeah.
That's all, Your Honor.
I hate those comments.
I love them.
He has free.
All right.
Armor.
You'll never know my Reddit.
I'm trying to
account's
think
Tommy Tinker Stinks
the way
618.
where I can get a lot of this information without this taking so long. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and let the plaintiffs call their first witness.
Yeah, the first witness we would call, Your Honor, is Mayor Chris King.
Fuck, I'm eating my wings.
We have a
I'm gonna
mayor?
carry you out there, Chris.
motherfucker, I'm eating mine.
He's the guy with the Kool-Aid hair.
Stop.
Oh, I didn't even know we had a mayor. Cool.
I know that's right.
Can you swear this guy in?
That is why I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and the pains and penalties of perjury? So help you the Constitution.
And Jennifer Lawrence, yes, I do.
Your Honor, he is sworn in.
Just hope her constitution hasn't leaked as much as her images have. All right, let's go.
All right. For the record, Chris, can you please state your name and occupation?
I am Chris King, the mayor of Los Santos.
Alrighty. And Mayor, if you would please, in between answering any questions, please give a pause for the defense to object. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mayor Chris, under the powers granted to you by the Constitution, do you have the ability to write executive orders?
Yes, I do.
Is there an outline process in which those orders come to action?
Yes.
Could you briefly, for the courts, explain that process?
Without reading it word for word, if I want to pass executive order that I feel as though there is immediate governance, administrative, or an emergency is what it states. For the continuance of governance, I can pass executive orders.
What?
the-
Can you say that all again?
Yeah.
Well,
So-
try to
Chicken
make it
wings
make
down,
sense.
motherfucker. So as an executive order for the mayor in the Constitution, it states that I can pass them for immediate governance, administrative, or an emergency as long as I have a good faith belief and as well as I'm looking for the continuance of governance. There's a lot more in there, but it's pretty much simplified right there.
And for this specific executive order, in regards to the appointment of a acting Chief Justice, did you declare that it met those needs?
Yes. Me and counsel.
How so?
At the time, I saw it as an emergency. I looked to see who I could reach out to. Counsel was not around, but as soon as counsel was around after passing it, due to the Constitution, it does state that I have 4 days to sit down and communicate with them, or when they wake up, they can outvote it if they'd like. And what happened was they did not outvote it.
Real quick, who is they?
Counsel.
Okay. The city council?
City council, yes.
Okay.
There was a vote that initiated. It passed. Majority vote.
After you pinned this legislation and posted it, what was the response from the Department of Justice?
Once the individual found out that I chose him, because I pushed it first before telling him, I had a light conversation about wanting them to try to get their stuff together and then, just do their job because I'm not a DOJ person. I then noticed a little bit later that there was a tweet from DOJ, which stated that we, the DOJ, do not. Can I read it, Your Honor? I forgot what it says.
Your Honor, it can be referenced as well in evidence in the report.
Yeah, read it.
Okay, apologize.
Can you read it?
I can read. I can't. Okay. Last time I checked. Let me try to find it. It reads. It reads, DOJ does not honor any executive orders as issued by the mayor within the past 24 hours, nor has a new Chief Justice been approved. Enjoy the buffoonery that is your mayor. I will say the buffoonery line was pretty clean.
And did you get confirmation whom from the Department of Justice posted that?
I did not have full confirmation until after I went to the courthouse, who then I was somewhat bombarded by Mercy, who basically reiterated the tweet as well.
And before that social media posting went out to the public, was there any conversations from Mercy or the Department of Justice in regards to your executive order?
I'm not 100% sure, but once I arrived to the courthouse and I had addressed her, I don't remember word for word if I said hi or something like that, or like, hey, what's up? I believe that was yelled at. We do not recognize your executive orders. DOJ, follow your real boss. And then she reiterated, DOJ, follow your boss, to 2 judges, maybe 3 judges, I don't remember, 3 lawyers. And then they went to go have a meeting in the other room.
And who was the individual that Ms. Schilling was referring to as their real boss?
Herself.
Speculation.
Nah, I'll rule it. It's fine. Go ahead.
Herself, as she told them to follow her.
And at this point, had any formal injunction been filed?
No.
Had there been any legal decree in regards to this executive order not being valid?
Real quick. Can you this is for you, really. Can you explain to the court what an injunction is so everybody is aware?
Yeah. An injunction is simply put, hey, that shit ain't cool. Stop that shit. We need to talk about it. And then you try to get it in front of a judge. You're putting a pause on it until you can have a full discussion and a hearing on it.
Okay.
The answer would be no. There was no injunction until, I think, like 7 hours later.
Were you able at that time to continue the actions of your office within the executive order that had not yet been challenged?
At that time and the rest of the day, no, I was not. Judges were afraid to enact upon the executive order in fear of being fired, and that they were told not to do it, that I'm not their boss.
And since at any point have the DOJ followed in accordance with that executive order?
There was more than one executive order that was made that day, and it wasn't until we beat the Constitution argument yesterday that they finally started putting money in the proper places and following through with proper executive orders. Days later.
Okay, so there were multiple executive orders that were not being followed by the Department of Justice.
Yes.
And did you have any direct confirmation
Wish I was
to whom was directing them to not follow the multiple executive orders?
Yes.
What was that confirmation, and whom was it confirmed to be?
Mercy Schilling outright telling them not to follow those executive orders, as well as multiple judges telling me that they were told not to follow those orders by Mercy Schilling.
Hearsay.
Heresy?
I mean, Mercy's here in court today, Your Honor. She's welcome to take the stand and refute
Yeah,
it.
but he's saying that other people told him that
Yeah, I'm
Mercy
saying
said
this.
it. Not Mercy said anything. And if those people aren't in court and they're not a witness, then it's hearsay. That's the thing.
Mercy said it herself out loud.
My client
That's
of the Fifth
not-
Amendment, right? Your
That's
Honor?
not what was asked.
Did Mercy specifically say to you, Mayor Chris King?
What did she direct?
Objection,
Say it again.
Hearsay.
What was that?
Objection. Hearsay.
Not hearsay. She's in the courtroom. She does have her Fifth Amendment right to talk, but she doesn't want to say anything to fight it back. That's up to her, but she is here to fight back those words.
Sounds
Continue.
very peaceful over there, Your Honor.
Yeah, Musa. Can you repeat the question, sir? I apologize.
What specifically did Mercy say to you?
Specifically, Mercy looked directly at me while gathered in the judges and the lawyers crowd and screamed out, DOJ will not be following your executive orders. Follow your real boss. I am your boss, as she reconfirmed around those types of words.
And then what happened?
She took 2 judges, possibly 3. I don't remember if Larry was there at the time, and 3 lawyers into this courtroom to have a conversation.
I got no further questions at this time.
Not bad. How you feeling about that, Tinker?
Not bad.
Defense?
Yeah, my bad.
Let me get the mic. Sorry.
I got some questions, but I'm gonna let you guys finish all you're gonna do before I ask.
Mayor, you say that you executed the emergency order, correct?
Objection, misstatement.
Did he not say that he did an emergency?
It's an executive order. You said emergency. Details matter.
Well, was it an emergency order?
Was an emergency?
It was an executive order that I felt definitely had an emergency to it, yes.
Okay, it's an emergency order then. Okay.
So for an emergency order, you have to have a certain committee consisting of the mayor, the council, the treasurer, the council member at large, and the council member at large for recreation, correct?
If it was an emergency order.
You just said it was your.
No, I said that it was an emergency, but it was not an emergency order. There was multiple reasons to why I put that executive order, like an immediate action of continuance of governance was the main reason.
Did
The
you
emergen-
use the clause that says you can do things in an emergency to push this executive order?
Yes. Well, no,
So-
no, not exactly.
Your Honor.
Did you?
He's guilty
Th- repeat your question.
Well, there was a clause in the Constitution where you could push an executive order, one of them being an emergency or something. Do you see
No,
it as
I
an
did not.
emergency?
No, I did not. It says that in the executive order that actually, can we read it so that everybody can hear it? It's really short.
I'll let the defense attorney read it.
Which one am I reading? I thought
The
this
executive
was an
order is pretty
emergency.
short.
The mayor may issue executive orders to address immediate governmental, administrative, or emergency matters. Prior to issuing an executive order, the mayor shall make a good faith effort to consult with available council members whenever practical.
Okay, was this
If
an
a
emergency
quorum
matter?
of the council, is available, the proposed executive order should be presented for consideration and vote prior to issuance unless immediate action is necessary to preserve public safety, governmental continuity, or prevent substantial harm. Executive order shall take effect immediately upon issuance unless otherwise specified. The council may approve, amend, extend, or revoke an executive order by simply majority vote. An executive order issued without prior council shall be reviewed by the council within 4 days or during the next scheduled council meeting, whichever occurs first.
Thank you. With that being read out loud, it was an immediate governmental and administrative action that I produced.
It wasn't an emergency.
No.
So these orders wouldn't have been in effect until you had the council to
I
vote
talked
on
to two.
it.
No, I talked to two judges because I had a good faith belief that I would like to get it through, and there was 2 judges available that day. And when I brought up multiple executive orders,
So the clause for this is, though, the emergency part is when you can use judges. In such circumstances,
Your Honor, I'm going to argue objection relevance to all of this. We've had a constitutional challenge last night. I'm trying to understand what the purpose is. This case.
Why are you asking if it's relevance when you were the very first one that was debating this whole emergency thing in the first place? You started this.
Oh, I brought up the executive order. I'm not debating the emergency side of it.
That's what we're debating now. You opened this can.
All right.
Get to the bottom of it.
I mean, can he explain why it's an emergency then before he continues digging on loose ground?
That's what I'm trying to That's what I'm trying to figure out.
why was it an emergency, Chris?
That's not what I'm saying. You're saying that it was emergency. He's saying it wasn't.
But
you're
he's-
trying
okay,
to get out of him why it is. So let's hash it out.
In such circumstances, a good faith effort shall be made to obtain review and approval from the highest available authorities in the following order: Chief Justice, any sitting judge, President of the Bar Association, Chief Game Warden, and Chief of Police. That is when you can use these executive orders. So you're saying use 2 judges in an emergency stance, correct?
it was voted on.
At what point was it voted on?
I believe within the 4 days.
So it wasn't in effect until it was voted on, correct?
No. It was effect immediately. That's what an executive order is.
I'm just trying to figure out here. If it's an emergency, it's effected immediately until it's voted on. If it wasn't, then it's an executive order that has to get voted on to be in place. Am I confusing this?
No, I just don't believe you're correct.
By voting, we're talking about the city council, right?
Yes.
Yes, that
when
came
they voted
after the
on
fact.
later.
Okay, so would the executive order immediately go into power before the vote or after the vote?
So
You
it
asking me or
immediately
him?
I'm asking you, the mayor.
Okay. I'm gonna read it out to myself again and then tell you.
You don't know?
No, I want to give you
Something
exact
tells
words.
me, I'm going through all these executive
shall,
orders. You'd have already had this figured
executive
out.
order shall take
You're the
effect
best, Your
immediately
Honor.
upon issuance unless otherwise specified. So yes, it was immediately. We already
Okay.
read this out loud, so I just want to clarify word for word, Your Honor. I apologize.
Okay.
Okay. And when did you go to the police for the incitation?
Immediately.
Who conducted this investigation?
Iggy started it. Iggy, I forgot his last name as an officer.
So, as the mayor, is it proper for you to give them the list of all the charges that you investigated yourself and tell them to charge them?
I am not.
Objection, Your Honor.
What's the objection?
I'm gonna go with scope. None of this
It's
was
in the
brought up in my
statement.
line of questioning.
It's in
And
the
you call him up.
statement.
Then you call him up for direct yourself.
Also, I don't think he even gave the charges. He just told what happened.
Oh,
He didn't give the charge.
I'll sustain it. Nothing was brought up about the police and going over there.
Okay. I'll pass this off to my co-counsel.
What? You know, real quick. I don't care which side that plaintiff or the defendant read it. What was the executive order?
Do you want a TLDR or the whole thing, Your Honor?
TLDR is fine.
Chief Justice Vance was appointed, as I think it was
Acting.
acting Chief Justice, and then there was a lot of other things that were ruled unconstitutional last night.
I'll give you a TDR.
Okay,
There
who
was
rolled last night?
Malarkey.
Malarkey.
The order
Wait.
stood. There were parts of the order that did not move through.
they
Just
just-
because of
One
the scope.
order, one part of the order stood, which was Article 1.
Okay, so Malarkey is just a judge, right? Like a newer judge?
Yes.
Why are they ruling on this?
Because most of the Department of Justice has been conflicted through fraternization and
I'm not-
friendship, Your Honor.
I'm
I know.
not.
Hey, I wish you would have been here.
People been fucking, Your Honor. You know how it goes.
Everybody's fucking, Your Honor.
All right.
You know how it goes,
so
Your Honor.
I think
Your Honor.
based off what I heard, that the conclusion of this, I'm also going to give a ruling on that executive order too. So let's continue though.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Oh yeah.
Hey, just so I know, what kind of judge are you?
Chief deputy.
Where the fuck have you been, sir?
Your
Well,
Honor.
wakes up for shit like this.
Your Honor.
I don't blame
It's
you, Your
honestly,
Honor.
like the best
Not
thing
at all,
he's
Your
here for,
Honor.
because then he can never be conflicted.
All right, let's continue.
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
All right, let her speak. All right, let's go.
Mayor King, what actions did you take after Mercy made her statements up front of the court?
Objection scope.
Oh, shit.
I believe this was opened up whenever they were talking about the hearsay earlier, and they were trying to object to it, and then
I asked about what action she took. I didn't ask him what he did after that.
yeah, but it's still the same situation, right?
I'd be
No,
moving into
we're
a
good.
different one.
Nah, we're good. Overruled. Probably repeat it for him. He takes like 2 seconds at a time, so
I can get a set of keys if it's needed.
yeah, maybe.
Hey, dickhead, suck it and ask your question.
Your Honor.
Yeah, don't talk to the defense that way. All right, continue.
Oh, they shouldn't shake keys at me because I might bite.
Mayor King, what actions did you take after Mercy made her statements up front of the courthouse?
After she committed felony obstruction, I went right over to the police to report the crime.
Okay, and what did you state to police when reporting this crime?
I stated exactly what I just stated here, exactly what happened.
And who did you report this crime to?
Iggy and his partner.
Who was his partner?
I don't remember his partner's name.
Did you at any time converse with Tommy Tinker about this matter?
Nope.
I'm gonna go objection scope.
We're still in the same scope.
Oh, he's changing it over. You close the scope on them asking about the police investigations, and now they're
Oh, you
continuing
think
to do
he's
that.
you think he's like moving the goalpost, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You think whenever he gets recalled later, he's gonna ask this question?
I'm gonna get this council last night. It's a 50-50. They'll remember.
Yeah. Let's just try to get it over with. Continue.
Give me 1 second, Your Honor.
Let me know if you need keys. I can shake them for you.
I just can't see the report, so I have to go find where we have.
Did you
pictures
just try to
of-
like Uno reverse him?
A little bit.
Your Honor,
You
we can't see
got to
the
give me
police
some room
report.
here.
It's access forbidden for us.
That's not true, Your Honor. It's open.
It's very.
I
can
could,
show
I
you a
could
picture of
literally
it.
prove it right now that I can't. And we tried to motion it, and I just figured it's an MDT issue. That's why I didn't bring it up as a Brady.
What is
Oh,
it?
I see.
What is it that you can't see?
I
The
can't
actual
see the
police
report
report.
that she was charged on.
Okay.
It shows up as access forbidden for whatever reason.
Tinker, give him the report.
Yeah, I got you. It's 3258.
Let me know when you update it so I can pull it back up.
Ah! Oh.
He noticed. Damn. He noticed.
Why is he looking over here?
He noticed. Damn. He said it immediately.
Can you guys still not see it?
Excuse me, Your Honor. Everything okay?
No, I still can't see it.
Yeah, I
I'm
know
good.
that I had access forbidden randomly. I don't know if the same thing's happening to you. I might.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, honestly.
Now I'm
Hey,
Yeah,
Your
Winston
Honor,
Wilson
I
Luge
don't
couldn't see it
blame
either
you.
when I tried to get
like
it.
refresh everything on that because I can't even. It won't even let me share it.
What's the report number?
Russia's
Your
hacking
Honor,
us.
All right,
there's a
yeah,
known
they can.
issue. You have to remove him as a lawyer and then re-add him.
Okay, what is it?
He said, ah.
The case number?
He must've been staring
Report.
over here.
What's state ID, Your Honor?
I'm gonna do it again.
What
The
What's the report
is
number?
3258.
53795 is Jonathan Waters' state ID.
Think I always rap
5-3. I already forgot. 5 what?
53795.
Too long, man.
That didn't work.
Okay, now I
Right
can
now
see it.
you're.
Oh, maybe it did work. Dang, I tried to update a roll. It said permission denied. Who the hell has the permission?
Someone's hacking the system.
I had the permission, sir. I got him added to
Tinker,
it. He can
there's
see
no
it.
need to talk shit about Mercy, all right? Keep it civil.
We're good with our for him on the stand. We'll mark him for recall.
Okay, Tinker, stop talking shit about the defendant.
What the
All right.
fuck?
Do you have anything you want to say in the scope of what he was doing?
Oh yeah. Yep. Mayor Chris, can you explain what the emergency condition was that determined this executive order?
There was a chief justice missing for over 30 days. There was multiple dockets that have not been seen or filed or pushed through. Multiple
Wait,
lawyer
so
complaints.
now there is an emergency condition? You just fought
It's
tooth and nail
only
if
when
there
they want it
wasn't.
to be, Your Honor.
No, I wanted the explanation. You accepted there was an emergency, and now I'm asking for the
I
explanation,
haven't
Your Honor.
accepted it. He said there wasn't. I took his word for it.
Like I said, I'm giving you the reason why I did the executive order. So
So was this an executive order or emergency?
no, as
It is
I said,
officially
very
listed
clearly.
as an executive order.
Yes.
And I'm now getting you the backing information as to why this executive order was put in there. The defense is just trying to mix words around, and that's why I objected initially, because details matter, and they're trying to use these words interchangeably.
They only do it when it's a benefit for them, Your Honor.
Yes, but okay. If you're doing it because there's no Chief Justice and you're trying to get that position replaced, and it has to be, that's an emergency.
It's a continuance of governance. It's an administrative and a governance immediate actions that were needed, and that's what I did, Your Honor.
Well,
if
cool,
you
well, that-
consider if you considered it an emergency, that's also fine. I did not consider it an emergency at the time. I considered it a thing that needed to be done.
The prosecutor seems to think it was an emergency.
No,
The
I think it's an
defense seems
executive.
emergency.
I think it's an executive order, which he is constitutionally allowed to do.
But then you said, what was the reasoning for the emergency? What was the emergency for you to do the executive order?
Because they, again, Your Honor, this is why I objected to the words that the defense used, and you allowed it to continue.
So you're saying this was an executive order that was an emergency, but it wasn't an emergency executive order. Am I getting that
Your Honor,
straight?
He's saying
Your Honor.
they didn't
Loopholes.
classify it as an emergency at all until we brought it up.
Y'all didn't bring it up though. He did.
Yeah, so this is bad. If you can do this is not good.
Oh, Your Honor, it was literally brought up by the defense when they misrepresented, and that's why I objected the
Oh,
way
yeah,
I
that's what it was.
objected.
You're right. You're right. All right. So it's not emergency, right?
You suck dick.
We are arguing this is a constitutionally sound executive order, and now I asked him for the reasons why he wrote this executive order so that the courts may have those.
Okay. All right. Let's continue.
All right.
I honestly probably believe this is gonna be irrelevant, but let's just.
You suck
Hey, hey, cut it out. All right, or I'm
Your
gonna
Honor.
be throwing people out.
Your Honor, put your music back on. It was nice.
Okay. let's
Fuck
go.
you.
How loud was that? Is it loud or no?
Okay. Mayor Chris, for the courts, can you please explain the motivation for this executive order?
Objection relevance.
Rebuttal.
Why are they laughing at you over there?
We're here to discuss the executive order. Multiple conversations have been had about it. I'm
I
getting
agree,
the
it's
rationale of the
same.
mayor.
I mean, overruled. Yeah, I mean, we've literally been talking about this stupid ass executive order. Yeah. Go ahead. Just keep in mind, just because you can object, in this case you couldn't, but just because you can doesn't mean you always should. I'm slow it out there.
Right.
A lot of judges actually get annoyed when it's pointless. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, ask your question again. I apologize.
Damn. What were you saying?
Can you please give your motivations for this executive order?
The motivation for this executive order was that we were missing a chief justice for over 30 days. There was multiple discontinuance of almost governance when it comes to multiple different dockets not being taken up. Multiple reports by lawyers stating that they are quitting because nothing is moving forward. No sense of direction when it came to the DOJ. No sense of actual leadership or anything like that. As well as multiple branches coming forward asking to speak to a chief justice, and multiple things in the actual constitution that could not be acted upon because there was no active chief justice. I pointed it so that there was and could be a continuance of governance.
Thank you. That's all I got in redirect, Your Honor. Move on.
All right, I got a few questions for you before you get down. You want to put him on for bringing it back up, right?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. What are you trying to look like, Ninja?
Motherfucker, I was born before Ninja, I think.
Yeah, but he didn't look like that your whole life, did you?
No, yeah, my dad was the Cookie Monster and my mother was Marge.
Okay.
Your Honor, check his phone contact.
Can you do that little shimmy dance thing like you did on New Year's?
I don't
about
think
right.
I can. I've been trying.
Okay.
Not enough movement. Not enough movement.
Movement. All right, I got a question. What does, in your opinion, or your, I don't know, I would say expertise, but there ain't much there. In your opinion, what is the protocol via the Constitution to replace a chief judge?
There is none. The Constitution is quite bare, Your Honor.
And what steps did you take to try to resolve this issue before your executive order?
I spoke and tried to amend the Constitution. I spoke to the Bar Association. I've brought up multiple times that there was no one.
Okay. Did you bring this up to the deputy chief?
There is no deputy chief.
Excuse me?
I haven't seen you in a month and a half, Your Honor. If I knew you existed, I would have called you.
So you said you didn't know I existed?
There was no order whatsoever to even know you existed.
Terrible mayor. Terrible mayor. Okay, you can sit
Some
down.
of us have jobs, sir.
Who are you?
Terrible mayor.
Your Honor, I want to make note that Tinker was upset that he could possibly miss Big Brother. I said, well, maybe the judge is
What-
working another job.
You broke
Your
up.
Honor,
What'd
I
you
want to
say,
put on
possibly?
record that he was waiting for his
Tinker
moment
was
to say that.
crying that you were coming around so late today because he
Yeah,
was afraid he was
let
going
me
to miss
read you
Big
these-
Brother.
Let me read you these emails I have right here.
Dude, you're so weird, dude.
Read you these emails.
You're so weird, Judge.
It's Tinker. It goes,
You're so
yo,
weird.
what pussy? So you can't make it 5 p.m.? I don't get off work till 6. Some of us have jobs. Yeah.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Ask him why he's in a rush.
I keep forgetting the judge reads out fucking
Yeah, why
emails
you
like
Why you
that.
in a rush, Tinker? Why you in a rush?
Man, hey,
You're
I'm
under
glad
oath.
he never
You're under
changed.
oath.
I'm glad he never changed. Huh?
You're under oath. Answer the question.
I'm glad. Hey,
Well,
hey,
yeah, we'll ask him under the stand. We'll ask him on the stand. All right.
I'm so
next
glad
witness.
you haven't changed, man. It's so good to see you.
Yeah, we'll call up Talon Vance.
Fucking, I hate you guys, bro. But you guys are funny, man. I've been dealing with years of you motherfuckers, man. I don't know why.
Yo, Tinker, what is wrong with you, bro?
By the way, Chris pretending like he had no way to contact me is crazy, by the way. All right, continue.
I didn't even know you were
the
the fucking deputy chief, dude. What the fuck? How was I supposed to know
Holy
you
fuck.
weren't?
Nobody asked the clerk.
All I know is you tagged me in a video.
You know, this whole case is against Mercy. Maybe if you'd have asked her, you could have found out.
Oh, he's terrified of her.
All right. Can you swear? Did you swear, man? I didn't hear it.
She was trying to replace you.
Quiet.
Yeah, you're good. Sorry. I'm getting a little rowdy.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and the pains and penalties of perjury, so help you your bar.
I do.
Your Honor, he is sworn in.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. For the courts, can you please state your name and occupation?
Talon Vance, current acting Chief Justice.
Alrighty. Current acting Chief Justice Talon Vance, I would ask before you answer any questions to please give a pause so the defense may object. Understood?
Understood.
Alright. Talon, do you remember the day that is in question here in court today?
I do.
How were you made aware of the executive order for the acting Chief Justice written by the mayor?
The mayor, I was on my way to get food at K-Bon's. He had approached me in the parking lot and made me aware that he was looking to push an executive order to enact an acting Chief Justice as there was no one in the position at the time, or that the acting Chief Justice was absent for an extended period of time.
At that time, did he tell you that you were the one he was considering?
No, he did not.
And what response did you give the mayor in regards to this request?
I asked him if I could see the executive order he wished to push so that I could read it over before I gave an opinion. After reading it, at the moment I read it, I thought that it met the Constitution as it's written and gave the approval from my side.
And at that moment, what was your position within the DOJ?
At that moment, I was an acting judge for the state.
And so, per how it is outlined in the Constitution, the mayor conferring with you would then align with the expectations set?
To my knowledge, yes.
When were you made aware that the executive order had been enacted?
That the initial enactment of the executive order, I was made aware, I would say a couple hours later, that he then did put it in place and that he had put me on that executive order.
Were you contacted by any other members of the mayor's office?
No.
Were you
Not for the initial enactment, no.
Were you contacted by any members of the Department of Justice?
Yes. Well, to be clear, I had contact with Mercy at the time, yes.
What was the nature of this contact?
The nature of the contact was that I had informed her that the mayor had approached me for an executive order and that I had approved it based on what I had read in the executive order.
And what was the response that you were given?
This was all over text, so I'm trying to remember the exact wording in the text. I don't recall the exact response. I don't want to make anything up.
If it'd be acceptable to the defense, could we ask him to just kind of give a general statement in regards to it?
I have no objection, Your Honor.
Okay.
The summary of the conversation, without having to go word for word, was Chris do what Chris do. Ultimately, if it's unconstitutional, it's going to be rescinded if he does do what Chris do.
And at that time, did Mercy recognize the position that you were appointed in based on the executive order?
No, we didn't go into that part of it. Because at the time when I spoke to Mercy, I did not know that it was me. So we never went into the fact that he was appointing myself, just that he was pushing out an executive order.
Okay. Whom from the DOJ did you speak with after the executive order was passed?
I went back to the courthouse. There were various members of the DOJ there.
Was Mercy Schilling in attendance?
Yes, she was in attendance. It was myself, Mercy, Luna was there, and there was a clerk present as well.
Guilty! Hey!
Did you have any conversations with Mercy Schilling at that time?
I didn't have a direct conversation because very soon after I had arrived, the mayor had come in at that time, so no direct conversation was had.
And at that point, were you the acting Chief Justice based on the executive order?
To my belief, as per the executive order, yes.
Was the Department of Justice, to your best observation, following the executive order?
At the time, no one paid much mind to the executive orders, as the general belief was that most of them were either idiotic or unconstitutional.
And at that time, had any of them been found to be unconstitutional?
Not at that time, no.
And who was the individual or individuals from the Department of Justice leading the charge against these executive orders?
As long as I answer it, then after that I'm done, I'm good. I can leave.
At the time, at the courthouse, when I was present there, the only one. Everyone had an opinion, but the vocal opinion in the area, because the mayor had showed up, was Miss Mercy herself.
And do you recall any of the opinion that was shared by Mercy?
The general opinion was that what the mayor has issued is unconstitutional because he has no right to meddle within the judiciary, and that the executive order itself was unconstitutional, and that we as the DOJ do not recognize the order.
Do you feel that Mercy, in her position as the head of bar, used that position and influence to sway others in the Department of Justice, including yourself, to not honor this executive order?
God, she's so hot she gets swayed.
At the time, the word said was,
keep it quiet, Tinker.
The DOJ doesn't recognize these orders, and that we should follow, that all judges or members of the DOJ present should follow her into the courtroom, or to be precise, follow our real boss into the courtroom.
I'm going to object here, Your Honor, as non-responsive. That didn't exactly answer the question that Rayleigh posed.
My rebuttal, it is almost 2 a.m. for Talon, and he is doing his best.
That's not
I
a
have no problem with
rebuttal.
your question, just didn't
Let's
really
do it
answer
again.
it.
Let's do it again.
I'll withdraw the question, just ask another question.
Sure.
All right. Talon, did you go with the others from the Department of Justice to follow Mercy into, I believe, this room for the conversation?
After a moment's hesitation, I said to the mayor, I'm going to follow in because I was unsure of what would be the consequences if I failed to follow in. But I did ultimately follow into the courtroom, yes.
And what was that conversation that occurred in the courtroom?
I can't quote it verbatim, but it was along the lines of the executive orders being unconstitutional and why they felt that it was unconstitutional.
And did anyone file any injunctions at that point in time?
In that moment, no.
And the conversation, was it being led by Mercy Schilling?
Objection leading.
Rebuttal.
I'm asking if Mercy was leading the conversation.
I don't see any lead in that.
I would say so, yes. As head of bar, yes.
Guilty.
And based on the conversation that was occurring, do you feel confident that you would have been able to perform the lawful duties of your office?
Are you talking about at the time being acting Chief Justice as the executive order?
Correct.
I didn't do anything as... I didn't act in the capacity of the office because I was unsure of the ramifications that could come my way should I act in such a capacity at the time.
I don't think that's what he asked you. If I'm gathering what you said correctly. Was that not what you asked? You asked him something different than that, right?
I just asked if he felt he would be able to complete the actions of his office at the time.
Okay. No.
The question is, it's irrelevant if you did it or not. It's if you decided to do it, could you do it? Do you have that capability to do so?
No, I didn't believe I could do so at the time.
Why did you believe that?
Because our head of bar made it clear that the DOJ felt that the orders given were unconstitutional.
Okay, no, you're misunderstanding the question again. It isn't if you could legally do it or not. Do you feel like, as a job, as a person, could you do that job?
Me in my own capacity, could I act in that position?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
So in that moment, why did you not?
Because our head of bar at the time had made it clear that she believed the orders to be unconstitutional.
Per the Constitution, where does the head of bar sit within the Department of Justice?
The only reference to the positions of the Department of Justice at the time in the Constitution fell under the part of the executive orders, which that part specifically laid it out as Chief Justice, Judge, Head of Bar, and then Game Warden and Chief of Police. So there was no clear indication in the Constitution who sat above who in the Department of Justice.
Do you believe that if you would have acted in the capacities granted by the executive order, that you would have had your bar stripped?
I was fearful that if I did act in that capacity, I could have my bar removed.
And who in that conversation had the power to remove your bar?
The head of bar at the time.
And who is the head of bar at that time?
Miss Mercy Schilling.
Thank you.
She's a monster.
That's the question I like.
Oh, really?
Keep it down, Tinker. Yeah, I know it was Tinker. Let's continue. Defense?
What the
I heard him talking.
Let's go hit it right now, bro. Me
Do
and
it.
you.
Do
Let's
it.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry, did you rest
on, Tinker,
Rayleigh?
go
Okay,
ahead.
sorry.
What would Big
Hey,
Brother do?
Your witness.
He's panicking right now. He's about to get caught up.
How you doing today, Chief Justice? Or Acting Chief Justice, sorry.
Incredibly tired on yourself, counsel.
I'm about the same. I'm gonna try and keep this short for you.
All right.
What was the main reason that you didn't act as Chief Justice at the time of the enactment of the executive order?
Because of the comments made about the executive order being unconstitutional.
Okay, did you yourself believe it was constitutional?
Yes, I did, because when I initially read the proposition for the executive order, I did feel it was.
And is the Chief Justice position separate from the head of bar?
I cannot answer that question. It's not ratified. I can answer based on internal SOP, sure.
Well, to your understanding and yourself doing your job, I'll recant. How long have you been a justice in the state?
Ever since the reform of the state.
Okay, and was it ever
If you're
explained
asking me
how-
about prior experience, I can give that, but
No,
ever
I was
since
mostly
the
focusing on here.
all right, ever since the reconception of the state.
Okay, and was it ever explained to you how the structure of the DOJ would work when everything was reformed?
Yes, it was explained internally in DOJ meetings. Yes.
Okay, and how was that structure laid out?
The structure internally was laid out as the head of the DOJ, which is Mr. Hank Holloway, and the head of the bar, Ms. Mercy Schilling, would hold authority over the DOJ, with the Chief Justice holding judiciary authority in rulings, appeals, and they would be making ultimate decisions on whether judges are appointed, whether judges had bars, same for the lawyers. They sat above on the DOJ on what I could only think would be an equal level to the Chief Justice, if not slightly a bit above.
Which, in your own opinion, you were the Chief Justice at that point.
Objection, misstatement.
Your Honor, he said that it was constitutional in his own opinion and that the executive order was signed making him the acting Chief Justice.
Yeah, the acting Chief Justice is different from the Chief Justice. Details matter.
Okay.
That's not what you said in all prior statements.
Shenanigans. Were you? So you were appointed by the mayor to the executive order. Did you accept that position during this timeline they're talking about right now? So were you technically the chief, or were you just appointed?
After the mayor informed me that he didn't act it and who he chose, yes, I did accept.
Okay. Wait, I thought you were afraid you're gonna lose your bar license.
Well, that was before the conversation with the rest.
Okay. That's what I wasn't there, so I'm trying to understand the timeline.
No. That's all good. All good.
Okay, did you have any conversations with Hank Calloway?
Objection, scope.
No, I think it's well in the scope because he just asked him what Hank and her, do they have any power over the judges or what they can do. So that opens up the scope about Hank's involvement with any of this. Continue. Yes. Overruled.
I did have conversations with Hank the following day. Yes.
Okay, and how did that conversation go?
The conversation initiated because originally the executive order at that point had been put up for vote to the council. So I then went to bed. I woke up. I had been informed that the vote passed by the council. Then I called Hank as the head of the DOJ to ensure that if I didn't act or do anything as a acting chief justice, that there would be no ramifications from the head of the DOJ. And the only response, the response I got was, currently we are fired, but to sum it up, fuck around too much, and well, no, that wasn't it. You know, I can't exactly quote that.
Okay, but do you recall Hank telling you that currently we are fired?
Yes, he did say that in that conversation.
And who was he referring to when he said we?
Both him and Mercy.
And was Mercy charged at that time?
No, not at that exact moment. No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Was an injunction placed on the executive order yet?
On that day, no, the council had passed the vote. After that passed the vote, I spoke with Morgan Luna, and then she then, within, I think, about an hour. So after our conversation, then I had one with Ms. Morgan Luna, who's also a sitting judge, and then she put an injunction in on the docket on that executive order.
Okay, and I just want to clarify. So for timeline, it was ratified, it was injuncted, then uninjuncted for the council vote, and then re-injuncted.
Yeah. So when it went into effect that same day, that night, it was injuncted to pending, as per the ruling on that injunction, that the council had to vote on it, and if the council vote passed, then the injunction would be lifted.
Okay.
The next day, I woke up. I was made aware the council had voted, and it was passed, so the injunction was lifted. At that point, all the conversations happened. Then Morgan Luna proceeded to re-injunct it on the docket that same day.
And the original injunction, was that the same day that the executive order was enacted?
Yes, that was the same day. I believe the presiding judge was Mr. Larry Douglas.
That would be correct. So for how long were you acting Chief Justice before the injunction went into effect?
At most, it would have been 2 hours.
Okay.
Wait,
and
no,
were you...
no. Yeah, no, it would have been 2 hours before Miss Lu. Are you talking about the original injunction? Sorry.
Yeah, the original injunction. Sorry.
That would have been about probably 5, 6, 7 hours. I went to bed not too long after, so I would have to check what time the trial happened.
Okay, and were you asked to perform any duties as Chief Justice during the time that it was not injuncted?
I wasn't asked to perform any specific duty that I'm aware of. I was just informed that I was acting Chief Justice at the time.
Okay, have you been approached to perform any duties as acting Chief Justice since this was enacted in general? Barred any injunctions?
Your Honor, can I ask the council to get to the point here? We're on a journey.
I'm going to get to the next one on this next question, Your Honor.
What? You gonna act like you didn't waterboard me with your question?
I apologize for taking it seriously, Your Honor.
Okay, he is too.
The only thing I believe that I was approached to as acting Chief Justice has been official bar complaints lodged against 2 of the judges. Addressing the issue with the clerks where they, when responding to dockets, and then trying to ratify in the Constitution the outlines of the DOJ and what positions or what authority the heads of the DOJ held.
Okay, and what stopped you from performing these duties at those times that you were requested?
Well, all of this was today. They weren't requested previous to this because no one believed me to be in the position. These were all today. Once after the Constitutional Court last night, when I woke up, that is when I started getting approached to perform said duties.
So in your own testimony, you weren't asked to perform any duties as Chief Justice. You weren't stopped from performing any of these duties. And it's all just speculation that, you would have been stopped by anything to do with Mercy Schilling?
No.
Yeah, I've been here.
Come back to me.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
I'm about to leave, actually. I'm not going to stay.
I mean, do you have an answer, Talon?
No, Loki, you should, because I mean, at the end of the day, your girlfriend's your girlfriend.
I mean, the answer is that I fed it for my bar at the time. That's why I didn't do it. I don't know what else to tell you.
Can you call me up?
Appeared for his bar for 7 hours before an injunction went into effect.
Tinker.
Oh my God, 7 hours.
Yeah.
I do have a couple follow-up questions from what my co-counsel just asked you. I'll be brief and quick. You went to the meeting with Mercy Schilling, I believe you said.
Yeah, the one that happened. I wouldn't even call it a meeting per se. We just all walked in and started talking.
So
it's been defined as a meeting. We just walked in and started talking.
okay, so during that time, you know what insurrection or sedition is, correct? The charge.
Correct.
When did she tell everybody to arm up and get your guns ready? We're gonna go overthrow the government.
Well, no such statement was made.
Your Honor, I'd
Thank
ask
you.
the witness to please give a moment for objections.
Oh, I do apologize.
Yeah, act like you're talking to AI and you gotta give it a second to respond.
Oh, okay.
He's already answered, unfortunately, for this one.
So again, one of the prongs for sedition or insurrection is, as you're aware, right, Chief Justice?
Tinker, I'm trying to pay attention to the very important part of this
the
fucking
act
court
involved
case.
weapons, organized planning, or attacks on the government facilities or officials. Is that one of the
Yes.
prongs? So Mercy Schilling never did any of that, correct?
She never asked me to arm myself.
No further questions, Your Honor.
What the hell is that a fire hydrant?
Yes, Your
Yeah.
Honor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Close your
Utility
legs,
companies
Brandon.
have been lacking.
All right.
Need an executive order for that, Chris?
Hey, if you're around more often, you'll be able to find out if I do one or not.
Okay, all right. Well, if around more often, there wouldn't be a judge for this case. All right, let's go.
Just some clarifying questions here for you, Talon. Per the executive order, was Mercy Schilling and Hank Holloway fired?
To my understanding of the order, it was to be that I would work in conjunction with them. I never understood it as they would be fired from their positions.
Take her shopping on me, bro. Don't make up for it.
What the fuck does that even mean?
All right. Talon, do you believe, based on the position held by Mercy Schilling and the conversations that occurred in this room, you feel you were encouraged to act against the executive order placed by the lawful mayor?
Yes.
Do you believe that this conversation carried an intent to actively work against the sitting mayor?
You're so stupid, bro. Why are you doing
Objection,
that?
I'm-
speculation.
It's not even about that.
I'm also going to he's basically calling to what we're here to prove today, and he's giving a legal opinion, Your Honor.
Who said it was? Bro, you are fucking.
I mean, they just read out a charge to get a legal opinion in their last line of questioning, Your Honor.
Just because you didn't object doesn't mean it's not relevant.
So you're asking him for his legal opinion on whether he should be promoted or not?
No, I'm asking him if he felt the intent of the conversation was to work against the sitting mayor.
Speculation, Your Honor.
I'm gonna overrule it. I want to hear the answer.
I believe there was some intent, but I can't fully clarify on what her true intent was. I never had a discussion with her on what her intent was.
Hey, look at that. Spoken like a true judge. You see that? See how he did that? That was clever.
And while no weapons may be present or no attacks happened on any facilities, this conversation and the conversations after, in regards to this executive order, do you feel organized or planned?
Objection vague. There's no conversations or anything. I don't know what he's alluring to.
Can you be more descriptive?
I'll narrow it to just the conversation that occurred in this room.
Just repeat the question, but keep it to this room.
Yeah, I'll just. Do you feel that the structure and the content of the conversation that occurred in this room, that was led by Mercy Schilling, felt organized or planned to work against the sitting mayor and the executive order?
Man, you're giving me a lot of feel and felt. I don't like that, really.
Well, here we are, Your Honor.
Yeah, let's not do that.
You want me to answer?
No, I don't. Let's go to the next question.
I mean, do you think it was an organized effort to work against the mayor?
I was talking to you.
I think there were organized efforts made to.
Too late.
It isn't too late. I didn't per se have an issue with what he was trying to go at. I just, in a court, you never want to use the words feel or felt to imply that. But I want to hear the answer for this overall.
All right. I think there was an effort made to try and get the executive orders pushed out based on their beliefs on its constitutionality.
And at that time, had it been ruled unconstitutional?
Not at that time.
If there is a legal action that you disagree with, should you comply with it until it is found to be unlawful?
I'm going to object speculation. This is an if question, so it's clearly
sustained.
Yeah, all right. I'm good.
I'll let you tread a little outside the line there for a while.
This whole case is outside the line, Your Honor.
You're the one bringing it.
You're
the one charging the charges.
Okay, you can step down. Wait, I got some questions.
Yeah.
This executive order, was any parts of this ruled unconstitutional?
Yes. Last night, Franklin ruled that parts 2, 3, 4, and 5 were unconstitutional.
What is
However,
points 3, 4, and 5?
Your Honor, I would argue none of this has a bearing on it because at the time of when the actions occurred, the felony obstruction, it was standing and was enacted.
I'll tell you what, it does have a bearing because I want to know.
We can talk after the court case. I don't think it's appropriate to pull that into here.
No thanks. Can you tell me?
Would you like me to pull it up for you and just?
Sure.
I have it up if you would like me to read it for you.
Vance can do it.
Okay.
This dick sword fight is hot.
That's cute. Tinker's pretending like he understands what's going on.
Are you okay? I haven't even talked, not even once.
All right, Section 1, Purpose. Whereas the Office of the Chief Justice has experienced an extended period of inactivity resulting in the need for active judicial leadership and administrative oversight of the Department of Justice, and whereas the continued operation of the judicial branch requires an active Chief Justice to oversee the courts, the bar, and the Department of Justice, therefore by authority vested in the King, I hereby appoint Talon Vance to serve as acting Chief Justice effective immediately. That was the only part of that was ruled constitutional by the judge last night. Section 2, Appointment. Effective immediately, Talon Vance shall assume the office of acting Chief Justice and shall possess all constitutional powers, duties, and responsibilities necessary to carry out the functions of that office. This appointment is made solely to ensure the continued and uninterrupted operation of the judicial branch. Section 3, Shared Office. Should the currently appointed Chief Justice return to active service during the current term, both individuals shall serve concurrently as acting Chief Justice, sharing the responsibilities and authority of the Office of the Chief Justice until otherwise provided by law or executive action. Section 4. Authority. The acting Chief Justice shall exercise full administrative authority over the Department of Justice, including the supervision, management, and oversight of all DOJ personnel, operations, and judicial administration. The acting Chief Justice shall also serve as the head of bar, possessing the authority to oversee attorney admissions, licensing, disciplinary proceedings, judicial administration, and all matters relating to the practice of law as provided by the Constitution and applicable laws. The acting Chief Justice may appoint one or more qualified individuals to serve as acting head of bar, deputy head of the bar, or other designated representatives to assist in carrying out the duties and administration of the bar. Such appointments shall serve at the pleasure of the acting Chief Justice and may exercise only the powers delegated to them. Any individual currently serving as the head of bar or in a bar leadership position may remain in that capacity, subject to the supervision of the and direction of the acting Chief Justice. In the event of any disagreement or conflict regarding the administration of the bar, the acting Chief Justice shall retain the full authority and final decision-making power. All judges, prosecutors, attorneys employed by the Department of Justice and all other DOJ personnel shall fall under the administrative authority of the acting Chief Justice. The office of the Chief Justice shall remain an independent branch of government and shall answer only to the Senate as provided by the Constitution and applicable law. Unless otherwise expressly provided by the Constitution, the acting Chief Justice and the Department of Justice shall continue to operate in accordance with all existing laws, constitutional provisions, and judicial procedures currently in effect. Nothing in this executive order shall be construed to amend, supersede, or conflict with the Constitution or any duly enacted law. Nothing in this executive order shall be construed to diminish the independence of the judiciary and interfere with judicial decision-making. And Section 5, that was all Section 4. Section 5, accountability. The office of the Chief Justice. Yo, Count, you still there?
Yep.
All right. Section 5, accountability. The office of the Chief Justice shall remain independent branch of government and shall answer only to the Senate as provided by the Constitution and applicable law. Unless otherwise expressly provided by the Constitution, the acting Chief Justice and the Department of Justice shall continue to operate in accordance with all existing
Wait,
laws,
you said
constitutional.
Senate, right?
Yeah.
We have a Senate?
Yeah.
Somewhere. I haven't ever seen a senator, Your Honor.
Okay.
The similarities of the of you, Your Honor.
All right. I got the gist of it.
All right.
Why was those ruled unconstitutional?
I'd have to go look at the ruling exactly.
Were you there?
Hold
Like,
up.
can you give me just like a TLDR? If you don't know that,
No. I wasn't present at the case. It happened very much at the same time this is happening.
okay. I know. Listen, guys. I know this is long and drawn out, but you got to remember, I know absolutely nothing about any of this. I'm finding all this out now, and I plan on making a ruling on that executive order and the constitutionality behind it. That's why I wanted him to read it, because I wanted to hear it. I don't have any questions for you. You can step down.
All right. Thank you.
Do you want to hear the
I'm
reasoning
sorry.
for the ruling, or do you want to just wait
I'll
and
get
read
to it. I'll get to it.
Okay.
Oh God. Did you get my text right?
I'm sorry to do this in advance, but I do want to mark him for recall.
Okay.
Ray, just stay
Oh, you
focused.
piece of shit.
Don't mind Tinker.
I mean, if we want to just get our side going, we can. If he needs to
Uh,
go.
I have someone. A lot of people need to go. Unfortunately, I need to call Tinker up.
All right. Get up here, Tinker.
He's unappreciative, sir.
Just use.
You sure you guys don't wanna do Tinker later?
Jesus.
Fuck Big Brother.
Wait, who's Big Brother?
Ain't that a show or some
That's
shit?
why he wants to leave, Your Honor.
That
Wait,
show's still
Wait,
around.
wait. You couldn't come because you wanted to go watch a TV show.
Yes, got him.
And
Talking
I
to
was
the
going to
mic.
like,
Your Honor.
I was going to change everything to another day because you had this crazy emergency.
Listen, I'm gonna be real. All this is happening because I actually scheduled out a week in advance. It's not my fucking fault. The poor judgment on the other party or scheduling conflicts with the judges. I scheduled it. I had a time. Everything else.
Oh,
was not
woe
put
is
in
me. I
consideration.
So
took
he
this at
took the
I
position of
did.
clerk.
No. I took this at 3
What do you
o'clock
mean?
in the
I
morning.
scheduled
What
it.
notice
I
do you
actually
think that
confirmed it
is?
too.
And you're
All
gonna
this was
whine?
changed last minute. Yeah. I
Oh
had
my
plans,
god!
So what?
Oh my! I should,
He cares more
honestly-
about Big Brother than you,
honestly,
Your Honor.
I should hold him in contempt. I
Contempt
should.
him.
Hey,
That
I'll be
is-
real. Can we do this or no?
That is crazy. You try to roll everyone's time over a TV show. That is crazy. All right,
Listen,
let's
I'll
continue.
leave. They'll win. So I'll go fuck.
Your Honor. He should be cuffed to the table so he can't.
Yeah, can you cuff him to the table?
I literally scheduled this out a week, dude. You guys are like
Yeah.
being inconsiderate.
But, we're being
you want to talk about
inconsiderate.
inconsiderate?
Oh,
You're a time
You want to talk
Oh,
about
my
inconsiderate?
time.
what, Master
Piece of shit.
Gaslighter here. Holy, cuff him
Alright,
to the table and then read him his thing.
That's fine. I'll go to sleep right here.
His contempt should be
I'll
we
fall
shave his
asleep
head.
right here on the ground. I don't give a
You
fuck.
find out
yeah,
Jeopardy's
yeah,
next.
yeah,
I'm not going to
asshole.
be badgered by the defense.
You can't even spell
all
badger.
right? All right. Well, you can't even fucking read. So
Okay.
Hold him in contempt.
You're illiterate?
no,
you
he's
did
worse
make
than
you did
illiterate.
make the judge read
That's
it
right.
all
We
out.
have to read to him.
That's right. Now you're catching on.
Mm-hmm.
Did you swear a man out yet? Or did you cuff him?
Yes, he's cuffed to the table. No,
All right, you ain't going anywhere, you little
People
rat.
have been talking.
You can swear him in.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and the pains and penalties of perjury? So help you this court.
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, he is sworn in. Tinker, please make sure to use the microphone to your left.
Got it.
Alrighty.
For the record, can you please state your name and occupation?
I am a corporal in the LSPD. Tommy Tinker.
All right, Mr. Tinker, please give a pause before you answer for the opposing counsel to be able to object. All right?
Got it.
Fantastic. Corporal Tinker, what is your role within this case?
I am the arresting officer, as well as the officer that approved the warrant.
On what grounds did you feel confident in this warrant?
I established burdens of proof, so pretty positive and accurate with the arrest.
Tinker, why do you sound like your dog died?
What do you mean? I'm answering the fucking question. What do you
Yeah,
want
but-
me to-
Rome just got veto.
Yeah,
You're
you
missing
just
the
like
show.
you just brought the vibes down
No.
so much just now.
Oh my God, Judge, can you just do your
It's
job?
not a phase, Your Honor.
Okay, let's continue.
Look at the defense is trying to jump in on it too, brother. You look terrible. All right, go ahead,
Brother, your
continue.
side of your head look like a nut sack. Shut up.
Brother, look, no one even knows your name, so just stay relevant, buddy.
Whoa,
Your Honor.
Whoa, let's
Oh, I didn't come
continue.
back from that one? No, that's what I thought. Little bro.
Oh, shit.
Little bro, okay, not captain.
All right, Tinker's getting his feelings
Oh!
hurt. He's getting his feelings hurt. All right, he's getting his feels. Let's continue.
Which burdens did you feel were met, Corporal Tinker?
Based off the evidence that was given to me in the statements, social media, the bank record, deployment, I do believe the felony obstruction, and I'm even to well, I mean, it's one of three, but all burdens. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'll just simplify my answer.
And where did the arrest take place?
I was gonna be at the ranch up north.
Do you recall who was in attendance at the time of the arrest?
Not specifically, no.
Okay. Once you arrested Mercy Schilling, where was she transported?
She was
Where to?
OPD.
Are you the processing officer for her?
Yes.
At any point, did anyone from the state's attorney's office or CID confer with you during the processing?
Not necessarily, no. I would say no.
At any point, did anyone from the state's attorney's office or CID talk with you in regards to the charges that Mercy was facing?
Yes.
Whom from the state's attorney's office or CID did that?
Who's our I keep forgetting his name. I forgot his name. I can't remember.
Can you describe him?
Yeah, kind of like a middle-aged guy,
You?
dressed up pretty well. You
No,
know?
not you.
He looks like the dude from Goosebumps. The
There you
puppy.
go. Yeah, there you go. That guy.
Oh, Festus Bardine.
The prosecutor's office. Yeah.
All right.
He was super rude to me.
Really, who's the guy you're referring to in this?
I
The
believe
prosecutor's office. I can't remember his name.
it's Festus Bardine.
There you go. Yeah, him.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
pretty pissed off.
Can you elaborate on that?
He approached me and asked why I didn't put it through with him before it was approved, and asked why I was arresting her. It kind of took me off guard, I'll be honest with you.
Is that normal?
No.
And did
Wait.
Festus
Okay.
offer or give any direction on how you should charge Mercy Schilling?
No, he did not. He left, and he was pretty angry.
All right. Then you processed her to send off to Bolingbrook.
I did, yes.
Fantastic. No further questions for you.
Let's make sure we mark him for recall after this.
Real Tinker, I got some questions for you, real quick.
Yes, Your Honor.
You said you found it odd that the prosecutor reacted that way and that they didn't want to pursue the charges, or not that. They asked you, they said, why didn't you bring it to them? Why to you is it odd that a prosecutor would be upset that they're not deciding if the charges are going to be prosecuted or not?
No, it didn't seem it was about the charges itself. It had to do with the person. He's never done that before in every warrant that we've signed off on our own, and we processed people. And he happened to show up while we were processing her specifically. We've processed many warrants before, and he has never done that. And we've not always went through him to approve them. So it caught me off guard when he approached to the cells and asked why we're arresting her. And then later when I talked to him prior to leaving, he was asking why I didn't submit it through him.
Why didn't you?
Because I didn't need to.
Well, you don't think this is a pretty big case for the prosecutor to go over?
No, I don't think that's why. Nor at all. At the time, I felt I was within my rights as acting captain for the day, based off the information I got to push a warrant for her arrest.
Well, you're captain for the day?
I was, yeah.
How'd that happen?
Are you badgering me, Judge?
No, I'm just curious.
Is that rhetorical?
I'm just curious how you got that power for the day, like how that came about. Like, that's kind of weird. That's more weird than a prosecutor wanting to drop charges. I'm just saying.
I think it's weird that we get a deputy chief that has never woken up in many years, but you don't see me saying anything.
I'm here for cases like this.
It's wonderful. It's good to see you around, that you can mix up your busy schedule to be here, Your Honor.
Your Honor, he's
Thank
just
you.
upset he's missing Big
You know
Brother.
what? Some
Don't take
people
that
have to
personal.
work, you know?
I guess you do,
Always a
huh?
phone
Not
call
everybody
away.
can be like me, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
No, we can't be here 24/7.
Okay, so I'm really kind of. Does the prosecutor have the power to drop charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm asking Tinker.
I'm sorry. Are we? What was your question, Your Honor?
Does the prosecutor have the power to drop charges?
He does, Your Honor. Yes.
Okay, so if the prosecutor was upset and mad and wanted to drop it, and you said, "Well, I can do it anyways without asking you," how does that work?
No, sir. I was captain for a day. I guess you'd have to ask the prosecutor.
I mean, there may be more context there, Your Honor, and it kind of went with the original pretrial motion I had.
That's cool if there was context. That's why I'm asking the person that made the arrest for the context.
I believe the prosecutor was conflicted. He was friends with her. And we
Well,
also have evidence of that in the report as well. After she was sent up to prison, he picked her up in his vehicle. I have photos of it. We actually have video documentation as well. How could I put a case to a prosecutor who's best friends with the person that we're prosecuting? Isn't
Your
there a
Honor, at
reason
this
why
time, I'd like to
Rico?
motion for a
Isn't there a
Brady
reason why
violation.
Rico isn't
Well-
here right now and you're here?
Well, generally,
Confliction?
Well, listen. Generally, you'd go before a judge and say that there's a bias happening, which would be corruption, and you would bring the prosecutor up on charges too.
That'd be nice, but all the judges are conflicted, sir. This is a DOJ matter. This is not a normal civilian on the street who did a speeding citation or a reckless evading and felony. This is a DOJ member in a high position using their position to alter judgment on the other boards and council members.
And at the time that this incident happened with the prosecutor, was every judge conflicted?
I believe so. Yes, absolutely. I looked into this. I even got statements from other witness testimonies. I also got information from parties involved that this is a major situation that's happening. There's a reason why you're here today, not Rico. There's a reason why Vance just got voted in last night from a judgment call for his position.
How about that? What was the judge's name? Franklin, the one last night. What was his name?
I have no idea. I wasn't here. last night.
Franklin Malarkey.
Malarkey. Was he conflicted?
It was under protest, Your Honor. He was in attendance. He claims he wasn't. I would claim the otherwise. Unfortunately, there was no other judges. It was made very clear to me that he would be the one hearing it, that there was no judges available. During my pretrial, I protested him even hearing the case at all because of his attendance at the meetings.
So
that
we
had
can
been
make
led by Mercy.
exceptions for this, but not something like that.
Well, I mean, you can go based off that and make a judgment, but facts don't lie. So you can take a look at the report. You can see what we have documentation, and we don't go based off of opinion. We don't go based off of emotion. We go based off of law. When I saw a law that was being broken based off the circumstantial evidence, which is provided in the report, which you have access to, you'll then further understand why a warrant was pressed and pushed. The burdens were met. I was well within my right as acting high command to push a warrant, which I approved because the prosecutor was then conflicted, and we went in and served that warrant. There's a reason why you're here today to base judgment on the law that was broken, not looking at, who could possibly be or hypothetically be conflicted. You can look at the report and see who was and ask witness testimony and do your judgment based off
so
that,
you
Your Honor.
basically just did like an affidavit.
Are you asking me or is that rhetorical, Your Honor? I'm confused by your questioning because it feels like you're badgering me at this point.
Well, actually, I was giving you the W on this because if you did an affidavit, that would give you the legal right to pursue the charges with the prosecutor. But you are so egoed up in yourself that you can't listen long enough to understand that that's what you were given, and then you just lashed out. But go ahead, carry on.
I mean,
Ask me some
again,
questions.
that's another opinion of yours. That's fine.
Actually, Your Honor, at this time, we would wish for dismissal with prejudice due to a Brady violation, as he's referenced photos, videos, and a different investigation case that we've not been given access to.
That's all open.
No, I'm not doing none of that. Let's go.
Okay, Your Honor.
Oh my God, somebody just got voted off, Big Brother.
Who got voted off? Who got voted off?
Oh,
I won't spoil it for Tommy.
Okay.
oh my God, this episode's so good. I've been watching it. I got my phone right here.
What a big surprise.
Tinker, you say that you guys did an investigation, correct?
Negative.
So you didn't investigate these charges at all?
I looked into the charges, yes. I did my own report on it after statements were taken.
So what is your report
It's an
on
incident
this?
report.
Why does this report look exactly like Chris King's statement?
Which one?
The one that you put in the docket, and then you look at Chris King's victim statement, and it's exactly the same, pretty much, almost verbatim.
I mean, I documented information from the report and statements that were provided to me. I mean, based off the report, I guess you could say it's an investigation. I guess so, yeah. I mean, my decision was, well, hold on a second. My decision was to seek a warrant based off the evidence, all right, not solely on the person's statement, right? So, I mean, in any situation, I would have taken a statement, regardless of who they are.
So I'm just going to read your statement that you have put in the docket here.
Okay.
I'm requesting
Objection. Can
criminal
I
charges.
object to this, Your Honor? And we just get to the pointer.
What's the objection?
Oh, are you talking about in the notes section? of the
Well, there's
statement?
an objection.
This your statement
What-
in the
what?
docket.
Hey,
I'm
hey.
objection. Counsel's testifying.
There's an objection right now.
What's the objection, Your Honor? I haven't heard it.
I've said it. Can you all hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, I've said it 3 times. I'm going to object that counsel is testifying. I'd ask that counsel get to the point and ask these questions.
Rebuttal.
Your Honor, it's literally just asking him what his statement is in the docket. It's Tommy Tinker's statement.
It's all right. Let's just get to the bottom of it. Let's hear it.
The bottom of
Are
it
you are you accusing him of like plagiarizing his report?
I'm accusing him just taking the mayor's statement and just saying, yeah, this is fact, and not actually conducting his own investigation.
Okay.
So did you do an investigation?
Objection. Ask.
Yeah, you're doing ask and answered?
Yeah.
I think that there was such a big pause and like situation going on between that. Let's start off, we can do an ask and answer just to continue.
So you did your own investigation then. I just haven't heard him. That's all. Everybody's been talking over it.
Yeah, that's what I'm allowing you.
So you feel that, sorry, your officer opinion through your investigation, you feel that an insurrection and sedition fits this whole situation.
I do.
When did she again rile the troops and get them to raise up weapons to attack?
Calls for legal speculation.
He's the arresting officer. He made the arrest. He signed the warrant, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Insurrection, when she was causing the meetings and bringing them together in a group to undermine the decision that was done by the mayor. She used her position of hold on a second, I'm answering your question, because insurrection, you could say they had tools or weapons or whatever, but it's not just defined by that, right? You can literally take your position in the DOJ and coop together, band other people to go in favor of your decision to undermine a legal authority done by the mayor. And that's what she was done based off that information I was given. So based off that, she conducted that.
So the burdens of proof, the defendant took part in an encouraged and organized act against the government, and the intent was to overthrow, destabilize lawful authority, or create chaos, and the act involved weapons, organized planning, or organized attacks on government facilities and officials.
That's a and though. She brought them together to disrupt and cause chaos. She essentially had a meeting when a decision was made by the mayor. She got individuals of that said party, the DOJ, the council, individuals together. Not only that, but also blatantly made a social media post posting about that the decisions by the mayor does not matter.
Okay. She was the head of bar,
The
correct?
key word
she
here
still
is or.
She's still the head of bar, correct?
I believe that she is still the head of bar, yes.
Tinker, stop badgering the defense.
So if she's the head of bar, can she not just call a meeting
cool.
to talk to people?
What's up? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can she not just call a meeting to talk to her, her fellow people that she works with?
I mean, yeah, anybody can. Yeah.
So who's to say this meeting that you guys are accusing her of insurrection wasn't just, hey guys, like this meeting, like we're just going to talk about
Objection.
this.
Counsel is testifying.
Sustained.
Okay. Tinker, what investigation did you do on that meeting?
Just asked and answered, Your Honor.
I want to hear it again. It don't matter. Who cares?
There are witnesses that were involved.
Where's the witness testimony?
Give me a second, please. Give me 1 second.
It's amazing how they can speak and Mercy never even moves her lips. Damn good ventriloquist.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just sitting here sucking on my saliva because I'm thirsty.
Oh, we know you're thirsty.
That's the first time I've heard you talk.
Okay.
Yeah, she hasn't said anything this whole time. I don't know what he's
Yeah.
blurring.
Oh, sorry. It might have the insult that I threw at you. You might have missed. I'm inferring that you two are puppets That's what I was stating. I'm sorry
Says
that
the
you
guy-
didn't get
who-
that.
Who's paying your
I
bills?
am
Sorry you
not
came
sticking
around when
my
the
hand
mayor
out
Who's
asked
paying
you
your
to
bills?
say-
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hey,
Who's paying your bills, Riley?
Hey, puppets for who?
Mercy Schilling, Your Honor.
It says the
What?
says the
Oh.
puppet for the
Oh, no,
mayor.
I'm fine. Thank you, though.
I'm
I'm fine.
I
Thank
want to
you,
know
though.
record prosecution doesn't think that
Uh,
someone accused of a crime doesn't deserve lawyers, Your Honor.
Yeah,
I bet
I
that
mean,
lawyer sits on balls.
I mean, every defendant has the right to have an attorney, and the attorney should do everything they can to fight for their defendant.
Yeah, I'm not
Can you
disagreeing
ask
with
your
that, Your
question
Honor.
again? I'm sorry.
Both statements can be true at the same time.
I believe
Oh,
I
okay.
believe it was Vance that gave us that information.
But Vance said there wasn't a meeting on his when he was up there.
Yeah, well, I'm just going based off the information that was given to me.
Okay. What's the difference between a peaceful, lawful protest and what Mercy Schilling did?
Insurrection is encouraging others to defy orders, like from other people, to disrupt their position. A peaceful protest is gathering peacefully and sharing their opinion.
So I've yet to. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'll let my co-counsel.
I mean, is
ask
that
my
like,
question.
is that rhetorical? I'm confused. Do you not know the definition of that?
Why do you keep saying rhetorical?
Because I like that
It's
word.
the only big word he knows over 3 syllables, Your Honor.
You used like 5
okay,
times
got
now.
it. All right.
Everybody's rhetorical, I guess.
What's this guy's name?
I don't think we need anything.
I'm not sure.
I don't know who that guy is. It looks like someone tattooed dots on his head.
Your Honor, I have no questions for the man whose Cheerios have been pissed in today.
He did miss his
Objection,
TV show.
facts not in evidence.
not evidence of that.
Just died on the show.
That's up to them. They'd
We're
have to
gonna
do
mark
it.
him for recall.
You want to do recall?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna mark him for recall.
All right, you can get
Yeah,
out.
Just to be safe.
I'm not recalling. I'll see you guys later. Thanks.
You should invest in TiVo.
Can we get
Have a good
Hey,
night.
he sucks
I'm
for
done.
recall.
I ain't leaving.
Hey,
See, you got it from
bro,
me
you're
already.
marked for recall.
I
Oh,
don't
you
give a
want comfortable?
fuck. I ain't coming back for recall.
Is
All
that
right,
Alright.
see you later. Good luck,
incorporated?
Ray.
Wait, come here. You gonna apologize?
Are you leaving?
Hold on, I gotta stop using this microphone.
Okay. Are you leaving, Tinker?
Dennis, you're poking.
Yeah, I gotta go, Your Honor.
Sorry, that's my gun.
Okay.
Well, do you want to apologize to the courtroom before we do that?
Yeah, I apologize to the courtroom. Sorry, guys.
You gotta go watch Big Brother.
He's got to go walk a toaster.
Well, let me tell you what happened that you missed so far. So,
Thanks for the 50, man.
basically, Rome got the
Really? Do you have anybody else?
No, Your Honor.
big fight. A big argument went down.
Okay.
What's that between?
Defense.
What the?
It's Rick Devens. It's Rick Devens.
Really, do you want to point to evidence or anything before we go?
I will point to evidence before closing.
Okay.
He was searching you.
Also, I'm gonna hold Tinker in contempt for 30 months.
Hell yeah.
baby.
All right, yeah, I'll see you later.
That's
kid.
Can he be forced to send himself to jail?
We'll
No.
win this shit.
Yeah, you got it, man. You got
The
it.
hell, dude, get your fucking daddy palms off me. Why
Sorry,
are you
couldn't get into
mounting me?
position.
Yeah, that comes with 3,500 fine too.
The defense would like to call Vance to the stand. Or Talent Vance.
What is
Vance is a zombie mode right now.
Is there an officer that can do a warrant in here?
What do you mean?
How
You
about
could
that
just
ranger back
issue a
there?
bench warrant.
That ranger back there. Can you do a bench warrant for Tinker for 30 months contempt?
Oh boy.
We can do
He's
that
talking to you.
ourselves now, Cloud.
Oh, okay. I'll do
Yeah.
it then.
Yeah, I'll
No,
show you.
yeah, I can do it, sir, if you need.
Yeah, I'd prefer if you did it.
Dick Rider.
Is that because he left early, Your Honor?
Not because he left early, just his whole excuse for not being here and leaving early.
Perfect, Your Honor.
Yeah, very disrespectful, and to think he's in the right is mind blowing. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, it's not even Walking Dead. Like, what the fuck?
I'd argue he obstructed justice with what he just did, Your Honor.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Let's continue.
Chief Vance,
Hello.
I'm sorry for keeping you here. I'll try and make this brief. Did you take a statement to the police?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand that that could lead to an investigation?
Yes.
Well, at that time, do you believe there was criminal liability?
I will clarify, I was approached by the police to give a statement. But yes, I did understand that there could be liability.
Did you know that there was an arrest warrant?
At the time of giving the statement,
Objection,
no.
speculation.
But
I don't. No, that's not speculation at all. Asking if he's aware
Alright.
that there was one. No.
at the time of giving my statement to the police, no.
Did you know later that there was an arrest warrant?
I was only made aware at the point at which, and this was like an hour or two later, that they had issued a warrant and were proceeding to attempt to arrest Ms. Schilling.
Did you use that information and go to the media to leak that?
Objection, relevance.
I'm just it's relevant because she got arrested and media was there.
Everybody knew she was guilty.
Well, it's his witness. You know, I think that the relevance can be pretty open right now for a while. If he was, you know, redirecting, it'd be different. So I'm gonna allow it.
No, I didn't.
So you didn't call TomTom and notify him that there was an arrest coming for Mercy Schilling?
That's that's pretty leading.
Are you objecting, Your Honor?
I'm objecting to that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just not allowing
Did
that.
you call anybody from the
And
media?
to stop you, to be fair, I did the same thing to him over the field thing. So.
Okay. Did you call anybody from the media?
I called a sitting bar member.
Who works with you at the media?
Objection, leading.
Do you work with that sitting bar member outside of the DOJ?
Yes, I do.
And what is the aspect of that work?
I'm a...
Again, Your Honor, I'm going to object to this entire line of questioning. We're here to challenge her criminal charges. I don't understand what Vance's jobs outside of his position as a judge have to do with her criminal charges.
Well, can you answer that for the defense?
Your Honor, this just comes to the fact that he was upset. He made a statement to the police. She was arrested, and then media just so happens to be there during her arrest. And I have it under good authority that he's the one that leaked it to the media as a sitting judge.
Okay, well, what does that have to do with
malicious.
I do agree that is malicious, but I'm trying to understand what that has to do with the charges.
I mean, this whole case is malicious, Your Honor.
Oh, well, that doesn't mean anything about what it has to do with the charges. Something's malicious, and a case is malicious. Therefore, I can bring up that something, even though, like, what?
I mean, Your Honor, I just got him on the stand with 4 or 5 different CID members behind me listening to this.
Okay.
Admitting to it.
You know what? I'll allow it. Let's just see where you go with it.
So, did you call TomTom?
Yes, I spoke to TomTom.
Your Honor, I'm going to object again. Vance is not the one on trial here. The defense is not defending their client. They're trying to prosecute Vance.
If Vance isn't the one on trial, and it doesn't hurt your prosecution in any way,
he can take the fifth.
I don't get why you're so anal about it.
Because I would like to focus on the case that we are here for, not whatever sham they're trying to
Are you
build
trying to
with conflicted CID.
You trying to protect Vance?
No, I am trying to keep conflicted and potentially corrupt government members from targeting a judge.
This sounds pretty fucking corrupt, Your Honor.
I know, like taking 2 cases at the same time, you
drill,
jerkaholic.
Mr. K, not the drill.
I'm gonna allow the questioning.
I bet he works on the ranch.
You can take the fifth.
And I would also like to point out, Your Honor, that the opposing counsel is attempting to sway and threaten a witness on the stand with CID members.
He can take the fifth, Your Honor.
When did he threaten with CID members?
When they mentioned all the CID members sitting behind them.
How is that threatening?
He's making a statement that this is now turned from a trial for Mercy being, defending against the crimes accused of her, to now using this as an opportunity to try to attack Talon. Again, I would like to stay focused on why we are actually here.
I guess you could say that could be implied, but I don't think you could say that was said. The quicker we allow this to continue and just get it over with, and the quicker we can get this going without you objecting after every question.
If they were asking relevant questions, I wouldn't be objecting. Your Honor.
I'm going to allow it.
As a judge, do you think it was appropriate to call anybody about an arrest warrant?
As a judge, I felt it appropriate to call a sitting bar member that the head of bar was being arrested.
But it's a sealed investigation until she's arrested, correct?
Your Honor, can we? What are we doing here?
What's your objection?
Shut the fuck up and let it happen.
My objection it stands on the relevance. Again, they are here defending the criminal actions by Mercy Schilling.
All right.
I don't.
And I'm going to ask the defense, what's your rebuttal?
Go for it.
Okay, so Your Honor, this line of testimony speaks to discredit all of Talon Vance's previous testimony and anything to do with the meetings, because it clearly shows that he was leaking information to the media about Mercy Schilling, who was directly opposed to him becoming Chief Justice.
And just to reiterate, so I can make sure everyone understands, I understand, I'm asking you. So are you trying to attempt to discredit this witness?
Yes.
Your Honor, if I bring forth the person who told in regards to this, can we move forward from this?
Why?
A comment from the gallery that was brought up as this whole conversation was going.
Like, why would I have to appeal that to you?
I'm asking you, Your Honor.
No. Let's continue with the questioning.
So, once again, this was still a investigation. She wasn't arrested. Am I not on the mic? My apologies.
I haven't been on the mic this whole time.
Once again, you're on. I'm still thrown off by all these fucking objections now.
Get good, Dan, you shitlord.
Your Honor.
Keep it down. It's crazy that it's been 20 minutes now to get through this questioning of like 5 questions.
Seriously.
Let's just get it over. No more objections on it. No, we're getting through it. That's it. No interruptions. I'm going to start handing out contempts.
Can I treat this as hostile at this point, Your Honor?
No. Ask the question.
Was this public information? The arrest warrant.
I'm not aware if they had made it public at that point.
So you would have had to use your ability as a justice to see the arrest warrant?
No.
Who told you the arrest warrant?
Just for clarity, Your Honor, I'm to sit on my hands on this, not continue to object to the prosecution of Talon Vance.
They're trying to discredit Mr. Vance. I don't know this story. You might know what's going on. You might know that, hey, none of this means anything because I know the whole story. I don't. I know absolutely nothing about this except what I'm being told. If there's something that can discredit a witness, some shenanigans happening behind the scenes, I want to know it. Just because you already know it doesn't mean that I do. Continue.
He wasn't even Chief Justice at the time.
I can't recall who called me to tell me that there was an arrest warrant and that they were going up there to arrest Ms. Schilling. I can't recall specifically who told me.
Can you identify any judicial duty that requires you to notify the media?
Objection, misstatement of testimony.
Overruled.
I did not notify the media. I notified a sitting bar member.
Who also works for the media.
But then he can't sit. Then he can't be an acting bar member because none of what you're saying is making sense. Because his boss is getting arrested. What do you expect from me?
What does that have anything to do at that moment?
What? Now you guys are just exchanging. That's
It's
not a
called
question.
chain of command, dumb fuck.
Who
Your
said
Honor.
that?
It's been Chris King about for the 5th time, Your Honor.
Chris
Yeah,
King.
your mom's
Chris
still
King.
a fucking count,
Shut
you
the
fat bitch.
fuck up. All right, contempt of court, 10 months for Chris King.
I'll take it. I'm sorry.
You wanted me to give it to him right now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, give it to him.
Hey, no running in the court.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Kibble.
Can you identify any authorization you received to disclose this information?
I'm to the understanding that if there's an issue with the bar, that I'm to approach a bar member.
Okay. I'm just gonna. There's an arrest warrant, right?
Yes.
If she could, you alerted somebody
Objection. Counsel
outside.
testifying with an if.
Sustained.
Okay.
I'm going to allow you to go down this avenue, but I'm not going to allow you to ask questions you're not allowed to ask.
Okay. Would you agree that the judges are expected to avoid even the appearance of personal relation or bias?
Objection. Leading.
Sustained.
You know what? I have no further questions.
Thank you. Thank fucking God, dude.
Acting Chief Justice Vance. Do you know who leaked the arrest of Mercy Schilling to the media?
No, I don't.
Did you follow the expected guidelines in your position to report a pending arrest to a fellow member of the bar?
Well, hey, what does any of this? What does any of this have to do with the arrest of her? What does it? What does Vance have to do with any of this?
Your Honor, you just let 20 minutes of.
I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
Hey,
you're gonna tilt people.
Mr. Lee, I'd reported to a bar member that a member of the bar was being arrested, and our protocol is that when anyone is under investigation or being charged with a crime, they are to be suspended. Usually that report would go to the head of bar, but that being that she was being arrested, I spoke to the next in the line, which is Tom Tom.
I got no further on that.
I have one further question after that, Your Honor.
I don't think you can.
You don't think I can?
Wait, hold on. Wait.
But he does have redirect.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. Let me do it. Yeah, you can. Okay.
Okay. Acting Chief Justice Talon Vance.
Hello.
You just said that your procedures are to notify if there's an arrest or charges.
Yes, any pending charges or arrests.
So you notify them before the charges.
I notified him before I was made aware that the police were proceeding with the warrant to arrest Ms. Schilling.
Do you not see how that could be an issue of safety for everybody?
Objection relevant. And speculation.
Can I rebut?
And testifying.
You'd have to show that this is relevant toward the questioning that Rayleigh did.
I mean, Your Honor, he just asked about the process that he did this, and I'm just asking the follow-up to the processes.
Can you ask it in a different way? Does that make sense?
You know what? I'm good. I'm good, Your Honor.
God.
Okay.
Holy.
Nothing else for the other defense guy?
No, I have nothing, Your Honor.
All right, Vance, you can step down.
Can we mark him for recall?
Yeah, you're marked for recall, Vance.
Okay, who want to call Tinker back up?
I don't even think you could call him again, can you?
Hey, nothing gets past you.
Thank you. I've been learning a lot, good sir.
Like to call
Alrighty.
Tommy Tinker to the stand, Your Honor.
All right. We might be able to do a jail interview. I'll have to give it to deputies to find out. Anyone besides that?
No, we have no further witnesses, Your Honor. We don't need to call Chris King at this time, who was our other witness.
W.
Why aren't you in jail?
Good question. Your Honor.
Usually when you give a
He's a
contempt of
ninja
court,
and he dodged it.
usually when you give contempt of court, it's after your Honor.
Oh, did you do an executive order on that?
Yeah, he
No, no, no. It's just usually
It's
it's proper protocol of how the DOJ have run things so
Oh.
far, Your
Your
Honor.
Honor, it can be sent at any time whenever he's not an actual.
I'm sorry, you're suspended.
Oh my God, Mercy's smoking. What'd she say?
up right now?
Ain't you suspended for being
The
shit?
judge ruled
I don't know.
to
Isn't that
do
what
it
we're
now.
arguing here, Baja Blast?
Exactly. So why are
I'll
you
tell you
giving
what.
legal advice?
I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna ruin his content because he's watching the case. Okay,
I'm
but when
sorry.
the case
I'm
is
sorry.
over,
So sweet of you.
you're going quick contempt.
100%. I deserve it, Your
So
Honor.
sweet of you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Content mean.
Let's hear the closing. Do you have any time to put together your closing? Let me ask that first.
I'm ready whenever. It's up to Red.
Give me like 30 seconds.
Okay.
Booting up body.
Bro,
All right.
I'm so mad at Tinker right now. I'll be honest. I'm so mad at
Oh,
him.
yeah. You want to talk shit about him? Let's hear it.
I'm just so that
What
the
warrant do you
amount
want
of
me to charge him
the
for?
amount of hoops and hurdles I had to go through on a case I just found out 6 hours before that I left work early to do.
Yeah.
And this guy, I'm going with my key.
Yeah.
Yo. Oh my.
Your Honor, this is your job.
Yeah.
All right.
My other
Your
job.
Honor, you left your job to
He's
do your job?
Your Honor,
My
he's
other
throwing
job.
accusations at you as we speak.
My other job. I sell Pokemon cards at a trade place.
Oh,
Hey,
nice.
yo, you got a Charizard?
Yeah, first edition Dark actually.
Oh, fuck.
Well, at least you're not getting stabbed at Walmart anymore.
Okay, you ready, Rayleigh?
Sam's
Yep.
not Walmart.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right. Your Honor, today, a sitting member of the Department of Justice, the head of bar, was faced with two very serious charges. One being the felony obstruction of justice, and two being the insurrection or sedition. Today, the defense has spent a lot of time throwing stones, but unfortunately have missed wholeheartedly. In their effort to get to the bottom of Lord knows what, I've had and heard no refuting of these charges. For the felony obstruction, one of the following burdens needs to be met. Defendant knowingly, intentionally provided false or misleading information to law enforcement, the court, or other officials. We didn't argue that one. The one that matters. The defendant's actions substantially hindered or prevented law enforcement or officials from carrying out their duties. Instead of filing an appropriate injunction, instead of following the appropriate procedures, Mercy Schilling, through her influence of position, led and imposed onto others to not follow the sitting mayor who had performed a lawful duty within his actions. There is a right way to go about disagreeing with a law. She did not go that route. Instead, she used her position of influence, her position of power, the position that allows her to disbar, to influence and sway others, to keep them from supporting the lawful order. If in those moments, Mercy Schilling had decided to support filing an injunction or make appropriate legal actions, it'd be a different story. Instead, that took place hours and hours later. As well, dissuading a sitting judge, a judge who, per the Constitution, is written to be higher than the head of the bar. The DOJ is held together by hope, dreams, and SOPs, which none are outlined in our Constitution. SOPs are not legally binding. They are not held up legally in the court of law. The Constitution is. And per the Constitution, Mayor Chris King had the ability to enact an executive order. He followed what is written and spelled out for him in the Constitution, and based on the direction of Mercy, as given through testimony today, the DOJ chose to not comply with that, to disagree, to move against, to act against the mayor in an organized fashion, both through meetings held in person and social media, to pose an outward protest, not one that is a simple First Amendment protest peacefully saying we just disagree. It was a non-compliance. And there is a serious difference, Your Honor. When someone has a position of power and they wield that power in an effort to not comply with what is standing lawful versus challenging things appropriately, it would be no different than any criminal who would be charged with a crime saying, well, I don't agree with it, so I'm not going to follow it, and that being accepted as okay. It is not okay, Your Honor. It does not matter whether you are a random person on the street, all the way up to the sitting Chief Justice, head of bar, any position within this state. You are not immune to the law. And how you handle your disagreements with that law matters. The defense have failed to point out any refutation for the felony obstruction. Moving into the insurrection or sedition, Your Honor, Mercy Schilling, through her position as the head of bar, organized a conversation. Using that position, leveraged that to dissuade the appointed, per the executive order, acting Chief Justice from performing his duties through fear, based on his own testimony, that he would lose his bar and be reprimanded for doing what was lawfully directed to him through the executive order empowered by the Constitution. Based on the snide remark in the social media posting that is in evidence, Mercy Schilling shown that the effort was to destabilize the lawful authority of the mayor's office. She threw an insult out from one department to another, publicly. And while the defense wants you to believe that the only way that you can rise up against is through weapons, through threats of violence, it is not. Active manipulation, words, organizing individuals to work against what is lawful can be the same or more dangerous than an armed firearm. Today, Your Honor, the defense has tried to do smoke and mirrors. They want to paint the picture of someone who, well, just didn't do it. The prosecution would ask these courts to look through that, turn the fan on, blow the smoke on out the room, and leave what should be standing. Mercy Schilling is a very knowledgeable, very accomplished legal mind who understood the actions that she was taking, directed individuals in an effort to work against another branch of government unlawfully. Instead of following the proper action, she stood to obstruct the officials in their capacity unlawfully, which is why that we hope and have faith that these courts will find her guilty of the charges presented today. Thank you, Your Honor.
Is there a difference between route and route?
Routes
It depends.
ROUTE, isn't it?
Yeah,
Routes
but like,
oh,
So
no,
root's
yeah,
like
they're
a
the same word.
vegetable.
They're the same
Is it
word,
Route
different
68 or
pronunciation.
Route
Yeah, I was
68?
thinking the vegetable root.
It's
not
like
that one.
data and data.
yeah, huh? Whatever you said, route. That's just all I could think about the whole time.
It's GIF, not GIF.
Yeah. Okay, defense.
It's car, not car.
Well, Your Honor, I could start with an objection that he made an unconstitutional argument that we didn't present any evidence. That's not on us. It's not on us to throw stones. It's not on us to dissuade you that something occurred. It's on them to prove what occurred. And today's burdens have to be met two-way. One's by beyond a reasonable doubt with the court charge, and then the other one is by preponderance of evidence on the felony obstruction. And to be honest here, Your Honor, the only one who didn't throw any good stones was the prosecution. All that they can point to are snide remarks, insults, and that a meeting occurred. And that, honestly, a Chief Justice was appointed who was so insecure about his constitutional authority that he wouldn't act on his own volition. He was afraid that he would be disbarred for taking actions based on his own thoughts and processes. He even said himself on the stand originally, before changing it later, that Ms. Schilling didn't really organize a meeting. Everyone just kind of went into the same room and started talking. That doesn't sound like an organization. That just sounds like lawyers doing the same fucking thing they always do outside of the courthouse, sitting in little chairs, just talking for hours on end. At the end of the day, we're here to debate politics. The mayor wasn't happy with statements made by Mercy Schilling. He didn't like that Mercy stated that what he did was unconstitutional. Now, I don't agree that she should have used the DOJ account to take these actions, but that's a separate thing that should be handled internally, not through criminal prosecution, because that's not illegal. And there's no charges being pressed about this whatsoever. What happened is the mayor appointed the Chief Justice, which arguably was probably really necessary to do because we haven't had a Chief Justice sitting here for quite some time, and not everyone knows how to get a hold of you as the Deputy Chief. But then when appointed, Chief Justice Talon Vance, well, acting Chief Justice Talon Vance, was too scared to act despite his own statement that he was on par with the head of the bar and the DOJ. So at the same time of him being equal to them, he somehow also thought he was under them, despite his own statement. Now, as the prosecution pointed out, the defendant's actions have to substantially hinder or prevent law enforcement or officials from carrying out their duty. I don't know about you, Your Honor, but I don't see any duties that were stopped here. Theoretically, maybe, you know, someone didn't take an action because of this, but that wasn't proven. It wasn't proven beyond a preponderance or beyond a reasonable doubt. And if anything was stopped and any improper routes were taken, an injunction was placed 7 hours later from the enactment. So if anything, for 7 hours, someone didn't do something, but nobody approached Chief Justice Talon Vance to do it. I'm confused here, Your Honor, on what we're really here about at the end of the day. And I hope that you see the way we do and find that Mercy Schilling is not guilty on all charges. And that Tommy Tinker's a bitch for not scheduling this right.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll on that right now. That's true. Okay, I'm gonna go in the back and I'm gonna deliver on this. I got a lot of reading to do. All this, you know, I've heard you guys say, but I haven't actually read it myself. So I'm gonna go back and read this. It might take me a little bit. I know it's exhausting.
Your Honor, you're good.
Okay, well I'm gonna do a little bit of reading and then I'll come back. So just give me a little bit of time. Don't freak out. I'm actually working back here, so I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, if we have any artists, in the crowd that want to,
back there, please.
I'm good. I'm good.
Go suck his dick while you're at it.
I believe so, Your Honor.
I just want to make it known that Tinker has been in my emails begging me to get rid of his warrant. It's not gonna happen.
That's coercion.
It's not gonna happen.
Sorry.
Okay. Normally, whenever I give these verdicts, I just kind of freestyle it. I'm really not very good at it, but I do it anyways. But I don't really articulate it very well, but it's whatever. I just say deal with it. This case is so important. I actually wrote everything down, so I'm just going to read it because I can definitely articulate better in words than I can just freestyling it. So this is just going to be me reading what I typed up on the computer out back and printed out, okay? Court is now in session. I'm prepared to issue my ruling on the constitutionality of Executive Order 202604 and the resulting criminal charges against Mercy Schilling. I felt that the judge that made the ruling last night wasn't a high enough ranked judge to make a ruling on that, and it needs to be done by a deputy chief or a chief, and since the chief can't, because that's what it's all about, it's going to be me. So as far as the executive order goes, under Article 1, Section 3, Subsection A of the San Andreas Constitution, the mayor
Use the
has
microphone.
I am. Can you hear me?
Can you guys hear him in the back?
Y'all hear me
I
now?
can hear you just fine.
Yeah,
Y'all hear me now?
we hear you.
Do y'all hear everything I said, or do I need to start over?
I heard everything. Keep going.
Okay. So as far as the executive order, under Article 1, Section 3, Subsection A of the San Andreas Constitution, the mayor has the authority to issue executive orders. However, that power is strictly capped by Article 1, Section 3, Subsection E, which states that the mayor may not suspend constitutional protections, override judicial orders, and that all executive powers remain subject to judicial review. Furthermore, Section 5 of Executive Order 202604 itself explicitly acknowledges that the office of the Chief Justice shall remain an independent branch of government, that the mayor cannot unilaterally appoint the head of a co-equal branch of the government without violating the separation of powers. Therefore, this executive order was unconstitutional and overreach.
That's not in our Constitution.
You can read those sections yourself. Any other interruptions?
Your Honor,
during
the mayor
this
did
will
not
give
act unilaterally, though. That was the legislative and the executive branch.
Any other interruptions during this verdict, I will be giving out contempt. I'm not here to debate you. The debating part already happened. Giving the verdict, all right? We're not going back and forth. Get over it. Deal with it. To the next. Second, regarding the charge of insurrection or sedition, to convict, the penal code strictly requires proof that the defendant participated in an armed rebellion, organized attack, or serious disruption involving weapons or attacks on government facilities. Organizing judicial resistance through meetings and directives involves no weapons, no armed rebellion. The burden of proof has not been met on this charge. I find the defendant not guilty.
God.
Finally, regarding the charges of felony obstruction of justice, I also included misdemeanor obstruction of justice. If it met the burden of that as well, I can drop that down. The prosecution's case relies heavily on the fact that the defendant instructed the judges not to follow the executive order before a formal injunction was filed. Let me be clear. Procedurally, the correct action is always to file an injunction first. I strongly caution the defendant in the future against ignoring proper procedure and file an injunction. However, we are here to rule on the letter of the law under the penal code for felony obstruction of justice. A defendant must substantially hinder an official in the performance of their legal responsibilities. Because this executive order was fundamentally unconstitutional under Article Section 3E, it carried no lawful authority. The mayor and their appointee were not executing a legal responsibility. They were acting outside their constitutional bounds. The defendant cannot be charged with a felony for refusing to surrender the independence of a judiciary to an unlawful directive, regardless of whether the injunction paperwork had been officially filed yet or not. You cannot criminally obstruct a legal duty that did not legally exist. Because the underlying order lacked constitutional authority, the refusal to comply is not a crime on charges of obstruction of justice. I find the defendant not guilty. The defendant is acquitted of all charges. Court is adjourned.
Are you gonna